There's no reason not to give this a try. You have so much to gain and hardly anything to lose. About 4 years ago, right when I turned 50, I uploaded a video to YouTube. My intention was to start a YouTube channel and continue. I did not. And I let that YouTube channel sit there for a number of years. Fast forward to December of 2023, and I was coming to the end of my winter break from teaching. And over winter break, I had been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I was seeing people my age on YouTube just talking about things that were important to them. And they were growing communities, and they were growing their channel, and they were making a space for themselves on YouTube. And I thought, I can do this. I've been a teacher for 25 years. If I can engage 8-year-olds whose minds are all over the place at every moment of the day, I can engage you. So I decided, right before I went back to work in January, to post another video. And this is the video if you want to give that a watch. Now, if you've watched that video, or if you go back to watch it, you'll see that that first video that I made on my second round on YouTube was filmed in my car. And I just let my creative juices flow. It took me hours and hours and hours and hours to edit this and to put it together because I was new at what I was doing and had no idea. But the important thing is that I just did it. I did it before I knew how to do it. It's definitely not a great video, but I had fun. So that brings me to the first reason of why I started this YouTube channel in my 50s. And that's that I tried something new. You know, when you get to be our age, sometimes we can get set in our ways. We get set in our ways of parenting. We get set in our ways of the habits that we maintain to keep life going for ourselves. We get set in our ways in our career, and we forget that we can still do new things. And I kept doing it. When I'm in the classroom with my students, although I am required to teach the state-mandated curriculum, which I do, I spend a lot of time talking with them about things that are important for them to know in life, about how to be a good person, about how to take care of their social emotional well-being, about how to take care of their physical health. I talk to them about integrity. I talk to them about perseverance. I talk to them about empathy. But there is a point to which, like a depth to which I can't go with 8-year-olds. I can do that here. I can do that here with you. I can share with you the things that are important to me. So that's the second reason why I started this channel, because I'm just a teacher at heart and I like to share my thoughts with people. And now you get to be some of those people. Speaking of which, if you are finding value in this video and you think you want to be a part of this community, which happens to be a community of very compassionate, supportive, wonderful people in their mid-30s up to 70s. If you want mentorship, if you want support, if you just want to see what it's like to be at this stage of life, hit that subscribe button. I think you'll really enjoy being here. Okay, so moving on. I have always been a creative person at heart. From the time I was a little kid, I would paint, I would build things with my wooden building blocks. I loved coloring and coloring books. And I also have kept a journal since I was 5 years old. But right now, my creative energies feel at home in this arena of creating content. And YouTube seems to be the perfect place for that. So that's reason number 3, why I started this YouTube channel. In a few months, I'll be 55. And one of the great joys of my life has been being a parent. I have 2 children who are both young adults, almost 22 and almost 19. And I've done a fabulous job of raising them. But I've raised them. I've raised them well enough where they are feeling pretty secure in life, and they don't come to me for very much anymore. But I don't have to drive them all over the place anymore. I'm not taking them to school. I'm not packing their lunches. I'm not helping them with homework. I'm not maintaining their social calendars. So I have a lot of free time. I'm entering that empty nest syndrome stage, and eventually I will have an empty nest. And I want to have something important that I'm doing so that I don't fall apart. And YouTube, I think, is going to serve that purpose for me. I've been pretty successful at all of the things I've put my mind to in my life. I was successful at graduating from college, although it took me 10 years. I was successful at getting married and having a family. I was successful at getting divorced when I didn't want to be in that marriage anymore. You can hear more about my successes and failures in this video. But for now, my point to you is that I want this YouTube channel to grow to a point where it's producing income for me, so that when I'm retired in anywhere from 5 to 10 years, I imagine, I'll have something to supplement my pension and my retirement income. So that's the final reason I can think of today why I started this YouTube channel. But now we're going to switch things up, and we're going to talk about how this YouTube channel and the process of doing all of this has really changed my life in the most fabulous ways. The way my life has changed since becoming a content creator on YouTube is that now I have my own community of people that I open the doors to. It's a community of people that are choosing to be here. They're not here against their will. And it's a community of people that I really enjoy. You bring me encouragement. You bring me joy. And you bring me a sense of pride every time you leave love and kind words in the comment section of my videos. I'm so proud of this group of people that I have who comes back each week or each day to watch. And any of you who are watching this video and my channel for the first time, I hope that you do become a part of Beautiful Life Sage's community, because it's a really special place to be. One of the reasons why this community is so important to me is because, being an introvert, I need a lot of time alone and in my head. That's not to say that I don't have friends, and it's not to say that I don't go out and experience things in the world. Being an introvert is not the same as being a hermit. But since I am an introvert, when I do spend time with my friends, I need a lot of downtime afterwards to recover. And I do spend a lot of time alone because it's where I feel most comfortable. That being said, YouTube has been great, and creating this channel has been fabulous because I can be a part of groups of people while still being alone. I can be a part of groups of people on my time and in the comfort of the space that I want to be in. I mentioned earlier when I was in my car that as a kid, one of my creative outlets was journaling. Way back before journaling was even a thing. My first journal was a little notebook that my father got me when I was 5, and I started writing sentences in there with pictures and short little rhyming poems. But the way that YouTube has changed my life is that it's given me a new way to journal, so to speak. This is like a visual journal of my thoughts. It's a visual journal of the things that I deem are important to me. And in this journaling space, I get to share it with others and find out who of you out there in the world think like I do. There are so many things to learn when you're a content creator. And since I've started making videos on YouTube, I learned things that I never expected to. from editing and lighting, which I'm still learning about, to sound, to search engine optimization. The list goes on and on and on. And I really didn't expect to be so turned on by all of the information that's available, and by all of the little refinements that you can make to allow yourself to open the door to success here. So that's another thing, or another way that YouTube has changed my life, is just that there's so much to learn, and I'm a learner. I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, I'm a partner, but I also love learning, and I don't think there will ever be a time where I can say, yeah, I know everything there is to know about being a content creator, because it's always changing. Now that my children are adults and are doing their own thing most of the time, I have all of that extra time. I have a lot of time after work, and I have a lot of time on the weekends. And there's only so many times you can take a walk around the block, and there's only so much I can cook and bake. And I really don't want to follow the same path that my mom, although I love her and miss her dearly, I don't want to sit and knit and watch the Home and Garden Network from the time I retire until the time that I am no longer here. I don't want that for myself. So this opportunity to create content on YouTube is a way for me to fill those gaps of time that are active. They're active for my mind. They get me out into the world. They have me looking at life with a new perspective and through a new lens. So it's all good. There's just benefits galore. Lastly, the way that YouTube has changed my life is that it's given me an idea of what the next half of my life can look like. Neither of my parents successfully retired, I guess you could say. As you know, my mom sat down in a chair and started to knit and watch TV and ate Oreo cookies and ice cream. And my father, a number of years ago, had to retire early because he had a stroke that left him disabled. So I don't have models in my life of what retirement looks like, and I'm having to create that for myself. So I know that I don't want to sit and eat Oreos and watch TV with knitting needles, and I know I don't want to be disabled. I do know that I want to be traveling, and I want to be walking around, and I want to be enjoying the people that I care about, and I want to be creating memories and building this community of people that I've come to be so fond of. So to sum that all up, the way that YouTube has changed my life with less than 500 subscribers is it's allowed me to open my mind and see the multiple opportunities for growth that are available to me as I continue aging gracefully. Here you are. You made it to the end of the video. I'm so glad to see you here. If you made it here, please leave me a thumbs up in the comment section. Now, you might be wondering, is this the right thing for me to do? I'm in my 50s, maybe 40s, maybe 60s. I'm a Gen Xer or older. Should I start a YouTube channel for myself? Well, these are 4 questions I want you to ask yourself to help you determine if it's the right thing for you. Question number 1, do you have wisdom? Question number 2, do you have skills? If you've made it to your 50s, you better have some skills. Question number 3, do you have opinions? I know that you do. And here's the last question, and maybe the most important one and the most serious one in helping you determine if having a YouTube channel might be right for you. Do you have the time? Thank you for joining me today on how YouTube has changed my life with under 500 subscribers. It was great to share all of these thoughts with you, and I hope to see you in one of these videos next. Bye.